Ew. And we're back. Okay. So diving right into things here. I wanted to start with this because, as I had mentioned early on, there was one exception to my female protagonists only game restriction that I was going to be making, and it's the sequel to this game, and it is an arcade title. So to narrow down the minimize the gap, as it were, between the arcade and the console, I will be playing this one. Yes, welcome back. So, Valkyrie no Boken. Valkyrie's Adventure. This is perhaps a Zelda / Dragon Warrior / Ultima inspired little game, but it has its own little mechanics built into it. You are looking at the only Japanese in the game. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. What you are looking at right now, this one screen, is the entirety of the Japanese in the game. There isn't any more after this. The ending is entirely in English, and it is very much part and parcel of the nature of this game that there is not a single NPC to talk to you. There's no hints whatsoever in that regard. Shopping is all icon based. So this is a very easy import game, essentially, to be able to play. Also, it is not an arcade title, and it was never released in the US in any form. So yes, this is a Famicom title. But it's pretty straightforward what it is that you're looking at here. I mean, oops, there we go. Scroll through these icons, and it will probably become immediately apparent what they are. Yes, the game is in fact asking you for your zodiac sign. Mine is Taurus. And this being a Japanese game, it is also asking for your blood type. I have no idea what mine is, but I'll play the probabilities and say that it's O. And then this last option is just a color selection. And then we begin. Doesn't seem to be much happening, but yeah, when it does, it's brutal and in your face. So, apparently, the plot behind this game is some grand evil by the name of Zoma had been sealed in this gigantic clock tower, and somebody screwed up and dislodged the key of time, and he broke out and took the key of time for himself and has corrupted the land. There are monsters everywhere. Many people are either transformed or dead or in hiding. For the most part, you're just kind of on your own to deal with this. Because no mortal can possibly resist Zoma's power, yeah, Heaven was like, yeah, let's do something about that, or there isn't going to be a Marvel land anymore. So, here we have a Valkyrie, who has never been given any name other than Valkyrie. Yeah, when you're inside the buildings here, yeah, it gives you quite a few things. You can only level up in these buildings, no matter how much experience you accumulate. It also shows your health, your mana, the spells that you've learned, and a password. Yeah, it's a game from that era. So resting in the bed does cost you money. That's my gold in the bottom right corner there. No matter how much MP you're missing, it's 20 gold to get that all back, and then it starts converting more money into to health. Either select or start pauses the game and brings up a sub-menu here, which I can use to switch between options for my my spell button. Apparently, your stats in this game start with some variety to them, and even your level up potential changes based on the zodiac sign and blood type that you chose at the beginning. So, assuming that you put your own in, your experience will be different than what other people might have. And I am poisoned, and that is a bad, bad thing. I actually don't know how long that lasts. That apparently fixed it. Good. That is a health potion that I picked up. You have to pause the game to use things like that. I think that's... Yeah, there are a few items just randomly lying around. I know there's an antidote a bit further north. I was playing this game for the first time just a few short hours ago. But it's actually, it's pretty nice, it's pretty workable. One thing that you'll probably see before too long is that the game actually has a day and night cycle, although I did just rest at in the bed there, so that actually does reset the clock, so to speak. Oh, better cast that healing spell. Yeah, I do start the game with the healing spell, but with a different choice selection I might not have. Ooh, ouch! Oh! Oh man, they get nasty at night, holy crap! Wow, so that was brutal. Yeah, it's a very sort of item exploration oriented game. I did not do very well there at all, but you can find shops where you can buy and sell items. Actually, just north of where you start is a treasure chest. Oh, yeah, the demo there is showing it. That big guy in the upper right corner, you can actually only see its lower half. The thing is 2 tiles tall. Kill that, it gives you a key. Open that chest and it gives you a boat. You can start sailing around to other lands. It is definitely a bit... it's something that takes a little bit of getting used to, but the Japanese required is virtually nil, and it's actually kind of fun. It seems to have a lot to it. I'm looking forward to spending more time with it, but for now, I shall move on. And in a certain sense, I only played this game at all in the first place so that I would have an excuse to go ahead and use the one that I'm about to play, which is an arcade game. And it does have a male protagonist. The player 2 option is male, albeit non-human, but I started with kangaroos, so to be fair, it does go against the rules. But since it's the sequel to this game, I felt compelled to include it. Not to mention that this is just one of the most awesome action-adventure games for any platform out there. And chances are you have not seen or heard of this unless you're Japanese, or if you are a major retro freak and had the PlayStation, where the only version of this game that exists in English was released in the Namco Museum collection. I remember that 5-disc set. I think it's in volume 4. So unfortunately, this is going to be in Japanese as well. I would love to show off the English version, but that will require a capture card. Its title is Valkyrie no Densetsu, Valkyrie's Legend, and this is an arcade game. Namco 1989. Sort of a sequel of sorts. This has some of the best music of any video game ever. And it just plays so well, it's fantastic. You probably immediately recognize that Namco animation from Assault. Game is running on the same hardware. You'll see the same sort of scaling mechanisms, and used in a very clever way in it as well. Yes, that creature to her right there is a Sandra. I think that one in particular is named Chandra. It is supposed to be a guy. He got his own game at some point, under the title Whirlo, I believe. But yes, once again, Valkyrie is here. You're not going to be able to read the text. You probably don't need to. Listen to the music. This is beautiful. Here we are. This adventuring music here reminds me of The Never-Ending Story. The animation is fantastic. Leave her alone. Get over here. Take what's coming to you. Important to remember that he kicked that girl away. And you'll see why. Here we go. If you head left, there she is. I can read that first word, arigato. Look at this. She builds a bridge. And she provides us with a much more powerful weapon. Look at that. Yes, lots of little things in this game. The animation is fantastic, the music is just astounding. Whoa, 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 there we go. I forget exactly how the magic works in this game, but you do acquire spells. Ability to use them. Yeah, hold in the button. There we go. That just summoned an option. It's a merchant. Music changes for this section. It's still awesome. I draw your attention to the background and how it's scaling out as I advance, giving the illusion that this is a climbing mountain road. It's fantastic. And the music gets better and better. Ah, just missed that one. A Fallout only costs you half a health heart. Very generous. And here's the first boss fight. Ooh! Ow, come on. Darn it. There we go. Very nice drawn cutscenes here. Music is amazing. This game does so many things right. It's a shame it's so unknown outside of Japan. Surprise! Next level time. Weapons powered up a bit there. Yeah, choice of routes here. And another merchant. Just afford that, whatever that will do. Oh no. Nasty little guys. As you can see, it's a lot more action-oriented than the Famicom game it's a follow-up to. But it definitely still has those role-playing elements built into it. And it is just presented perfectly. Yeah, I don't expect to make it past this guy. Oh, that wasn't very useful. Yes! Oh no! I got comboed! Oh well. Back to heaven. I love this. Music, as you put in your initials, is the same from the intro, but more subdued. Excellent play on a theme there. I love this. Yes. Valkyrie's Legend. Yes, indeed. For the PlayStation 1s. The only place you can play it in English. Only place that they did an English version of the game was in that collection. That was the first and only time that this game was ever released outside of Japan, and in an English version. It's not the best of translations, but it gets the job done. Yeah, and it is just an absolutely fantastic game. I am very fond of this. I absolutely had to squeeze that in, even if it did have a male protagonist. I had to justify that, and there it is. So that's Valkyrie's Legend, Valkyrie no Densetsu. Okay, I almost forgot about this game completely, and which is a crying shame because I actually owned this game at one point. I don't have it anymore, which is sort of unfortunate. But, where is it? This one actually did get released in the US. There it is. Okay. This quaint little tile-based action adventure for the NES. This is what I'm looking for. There we go. Arkista's Ring. American Sammy. Always made some interesting little titles. Yeah, you play this little green-haired elf girl. At least the animation is nice and smooth and everything. Have a little item selection there. This game, there's nothing really functionally wrong with it as it plays. It's not that difficult. With just a little bit of experience, you can plow through it pretty regularly. I want to say it has 32 stages. None of them are terribly long. I do not remember what any of the items I'm collecting do. The game is perhaps most notorious for having a series of super rare items. Loot drop is something you don't often associate with an NES game, but for all intents and purposes, this has sort of a prototypical. Yeah, that was a healing potion, that's what I figured. Come on. Yeah, there are some rare items. Powers up the shot, okay. I seem to recall that you always need to find a key before you can open the door to move on. Oh, they got her. You do have several lives. Yeah, if I recall correctly, there are 4 of these artifacts. And each one pretty much breaks the game entirely on its own in some unique little manner. Score becomes completely and utterly meaningless. Okay, so that's a Mega Crash. That works. Nah. Ow! That actually take damage doing that. Let's see. So that was not the way I should have gone. Apparently. I go in building settings? Yeah, no. I didn't think so. There is an item. Completely random drop. It shows up whenever it feels like it. You can see how many points I've earned so far. You know, I earn a bit whenever I shoot out an enemy. There is an item that awards you 100 points with every step you take. It is literally one of the dumbest things I have ever seen a designer put into a video game. There's no time limit in this game. Score becomes completely and utterly meaningless due to the existence of that item. There we go. Your health back from that. You can literally just walk around in a circle for as long as you want. Oh, fake exit apparently. There we go. Build up your score as high as you bloody feel like. Oh, and you might expect it to say max out. You might expect it to max out at 7 digits. Nope, it goes to 8. I was a kid with nothing else better to do one day. I discovered, no, it keeps on going. As a matter of fact, I think it might even go to 9 digits. For no good reason whatsoever. Huh. Yeah, this game does have a few little sort of secret elements to it, but all in all, it's a relatively simple game. It's not very long. But there's nothing functionally wrong with how it plays. And the music has its moments too. Oh, I would love to know what the maximum score in this game is, but I don't think I'll be the one to find it. Maybe someone should get in touch with the people who marathon Desert Bus, and they should try to do a max score Arquista's Ring run. The worst part about it, though, is that it's completely random when it drops. There's no way of knowing when it's going to show up. It's just some enemy, eventually, if you play long enough, will drop the thing. Hopefully, eventually. It could happen in stage 2, it could happen after you've left the game twice. It's completely bloody random. Alright, so apparently the key drops after you've taken out a certain number of enemies. You can open up all the doors from there. And I just got an extra life off of that. Yeah, not a hard game. I have not touched this in at least a decade, I'm sure. But having no issue here. I should probably use some of these items I'm carrying around since I can't carry anymore. They just gave me another extra life, didn't they? I may or may not actually continue to play this beyond a certain point. Armor, shield, these things basically give you additional hit points. Except, yeah, that's all cleared out. Time to get out of here. Oh, you just noticed that there, yeah. Yeah, my ambigram there, self-designed. I need to redraw it. I don't like the variability in the heights of the characters. And the more I think about it, the more I think that the E in the center is just a little too stylized and really ought to have a... I think that I need to have a bar going down the center of that. But yeah, the entire right half of that image is just a mirror. It's just a, the left edge flipped. It's a big ol' it's a mirror image. Most ambigrams are designed to be read the same way when inverted, rotated 180 degrees, and mine's a mirror image instead. But yeah, it's still the same ideal. Alright, so what we have here is a maze of fake walls, fake mountains I need to step through. There we go. Yeah, I came up with that a few years ago. It graces the top of my journal. I use it as my header on Twitter. It seemed only appropriate that I use it here on Twitch as well. I've been meaning to redraw it. But, That's a non-trivial thing. Making it look just right is not easy at all. Getting that curve and sideline next to it to properly look like an M on the left and IS on the right is not easy at all. It has to look, you have to position it just right to get that proper sense out of it. Yeah, and I don't like the variance in the height. I really need to redraw that. But I do appreciate that being noticed. The actual design for it only took me like 5 minutes to come up with. Someone once tried to get me to commission them to make an ambigram of my name. And I was like, I'm a smart person. If I wanted an ambigram, I could probably just do it myself. Well, what the hey, I'll try. And yeah, about 5 minutes later I came up with that. I realized that a mirror image would be a lot easier than a rotation. Yeah. There's the one tree that looks different from all the rest. Sure enough, the one that you can walk through. The exit is hidden up there. It's a simple enough little game, this one. I'll probably complete one lap of it. But, yeah, there would be little point in my playing beyond that. It doesn't get harder, if I recall correctly, doing multiple laps. And I apparently need to kill more enemies before the key will show up. There we go. At least the music is decent. It's an easier game. Ooh. As you can see, the enemies do actually have some interesting patterns to them. Some of them are tough to deal with. Some you can't deal with at all. So these shadows here, bullets just pass straight through them. Although that sort of weapon still wipes them. I see my maximum inventory has been increasing too. Something else you can get. Yeah, none of the miraculous treasures have shown up yet, but they are extremely rare. Oops. I meant to turn left there, I'm not sure what happened. Now I'm gonna have to... Oh. Yeah, you can only really stun them. Get the health back. Yeah, pretty straightforward little game. Oh. Ow! That got a little irritating. Let's see what time is it? Okay. Ow. I don't think there is a way to avoid taking damage on some of those pits there. It's a fake. This tree's a fake. This game's probably reasonably suitable for children. It's a good way to learn some of the early video game tropes, as it were. Spot the differences. It's not very difficult at all. Uh-oh. Those guys do worry me a bit. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? It's the key. Obvious exit is obvious. Onward. Well, that's certainly telling, isn't it? You'd think there'd be something special there, but I don't think there is. Oh! Ow! Stop that. Yeah, the game does have its moments. Has a few sort of secret-ish elements to it, but none of them are terribly taxing. Those things are just obnoxious. There is no horizontal scrolling at any point. In fact, all the levels are the exact same size, same width, and same height to scroll to. These days, a game this simple is like the sort of thing that someone could bang out in Game Maker in like an hour. Ooh! Darn. It's starting to get a little serious here. Yeah, part of me wants to just move on to another game, but at this point... Actually, you know what? I don't even want to... Yeah, I am going to end this here. So that is Arkista's Ring. That's, it won't take you long if you want to try to finish that yourself. See it all the way through. It is a simple little title. I forget the protagonist's name. I actually don't think it's Arkista. This is gonna drive me nuts now. Christine, actually. Her name is Christine. Yeah, the box art, perhaps surprising for an NES game in the US, actually puts the female protagonist right there very clearly on the cover. Good on them. Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to go from that relatively slow-paced game to an extremely more fast-paced, hectic one, which is probably going to be keyed in. Oh, did I seriously not change my marquee during that? Oh, I feel terrible. Ugh, why did I do that? Shame on me. I feel compelled to type it in anyway, even if I'm done playing it for now. And it is actually 1980. So there you go. Arkista's Ring, NES, Sammy, 1989. Hope it didn't completely bore you to tears. I never said these were good games. At least not in general. This next one is a good game. It is my firm belief that this is literally the best game in the entire NES library. I am not exaggerating. I mean this. You might know what it is from that alone. You really, really hopefully would know it from its initials. If you do not know this game, you are in for a major, major treat, because this is just utterly, utterly fantastic. Known as Gardic Gaiden in Japan, for, well, reasons that really don't matter to anybody. Yeah, that whole Broderbund, let's put the real people responsible for this in there. Compile. Creators of Zanak and Gunak. If you haven't seen my Gunak run, check out the highlight for that, because that's funny. I'll show you I show off how to get an infinite score in that game. Yeah. Everyone should know this game, because this game is absolutely fantastic. It is astoundingly good. So many games for the NES were inspired by arcade titles, arcade styles, but always seemed to try to shoehorn in or add some action-adventure element to it. Guardian Legend was inspired by an older shoot-'em-up on Japanese computers called Gardic, but sort of only lightly. There's Alyssa. I forget if she's an android or cybernetic, but either way, she is the Guardian. She transforms into that spaceship for scrolling shooter sections, the corridors of the game. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to play just a little bit of the main game, and then I'm going to intentionally reset it and show off something else. Yeah, you can see a lot of the engine, the sound effects. You'll see there's a lot of here reminiscent, yeah, especially that enemy bullet pattern there. Yeah, you can definitely see how this game was built upon the same mechanics, as it were, that Zanak and Gunak were. It's from the same company, the same creators, Compile, designed this game. Yeah, this was designed from the ground up to be a two-part game. Scrolling shooter portions and overhead adventure portions. The game starts with a scrolling shooter portion. Yeah. Very fast. Very, very Gunak. Complete with entire rings of enemies spawning. Power-ups are dropping, but they always lock into the background. And yeah, actually trying to shoot one open and collecting it while it's scrolling this fast is next to impossible. Okay, I'm taking way too much damage here. Alright, things are starting to slow down again. Those can be destroyed. It takes a lot of hits. There we go. There's some health recovery. Quite a bit, in fact. Yeah, I'm gonna stop trying to do that. This is definitely a game you will be seeing me stream quite a lot more of in the future. Probably on random days. It's a game I've been wanting to get back into. Yeah, this clearly has Xanac written all over it. A big old chunk of guns. There's a power up there, it's just not being drawn. There we go. Yeah, Compile really pushed the sprite limit of the NES, making its shooters. Okay. Yes, those are chips. Collecting those affects your weapon. You spend them on sub-weapons once you have them. Having a large chip quantity will also power up your main gun if you're not spending them anyway. If someone is reading this, I must have failed. This star, Naju, was our home, but we were invaded by evil life forms. Everyone except me was killed. I'm going to try to activate the self-destruct device. If I fail, I would like you to do this task, so this cannot happen to any other race. The self-destruct mechanism is protected by a safety device, which is located in the underground corridors. Move each seal and go deep inside Naju. If you destroy all 10 safety devices, the self-destruct sequence will be activated. I don't have much time. Hope this message will not be read by anyone. It will mean that I have failed. And this is how the adventure portion begins. You can see Alyssa is now walking around on foot. Has that sort of retro-futuristic vibe going about her there. I can simply pause it with the start button, but select brings up this fantastic map here. You can actually see X and Y coordinates at the bottom, letting you know where you are. Great music. Very Zelda-esque, but with a more shooty, mindset to it. Alright, so there's my first sub-weapon. Get that available. You may remember this as the default sub-weapon in Xanac. You can see the shot ammo on the bottom right there next to the icon, which is equal to my chip count for this weapon. It's more time-based than anything. Each corridor has a secret means of opening it. And some of these ports here actually have keys. Need to be found to open them. So in order to get into that corridor, I would need to locate someone. Tell me how it opens. Haha. It's a compile game. There are the landers. The red landers up my chip count. Maximum. And as you can see, now that my maximum is 100, I am actually shooting a wider, stronger shot here. This W is for west. These early rooms here, there's actually also an N, an S, and an E. Sort of a compass deal. There are some mini-bosses that you face that'll actually wall in the area. Oh, here's one right now. Only have to deal with them once. Yeah, you can see I've gone back down to the pea shooter, because I no longer have 100 chips. I spent one. There's my reward for that. It's another sub-weapon. You can actually pick up multiple copies of these sub-weapons off of different sources, and it will make the weapon stronger. There's also straight-up attack and defense bonuses. And yeah, your chip maximum can keep going up. And you've got a, an arcade-style score there. It's a fantastically designed adventure game. Lots of elements to it to be discovered. Here we are. That restores my chip count and a little bit of health. See if I can. Yeah, I don't have the key for that yet. See if I can. Oh, I love this sub-weapon here. You can see I only have 25 shot on it. It burns through chips pretty quickly. And it's just a short-range weapon. But it does great stuff. Yeah, the enemies here, for better or worse, are color-coded. For which direction they travel in. You can destroy them, but they have a lot of health. I'm not gonna monkey around with that anymore. There are 10 main corridors, but there are additional corridors that are optional, but going through them get you additional goodies. And lots of different keys necessary. As you might imagine, you get those mainly from the corridors, allowing you to go deeper into the complex. I have a map of this game written down in a graph paper notebook. Ah, nice. That is not a sub-weapon, I believe. Yes. It's like buying a rank of turbo power in Gunak. It's a shot accelerator. Haha! Smick Trick! Thank you for the host! Welcome! Normal view! I couldn't resist. There is a round creature in this room. It will give you items in exchange for power chips. And he's following me too. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. I will sell this to you in exchange for power chips. Yeah, that's more than my maximum at the moment, so I'll have to come back to that. Yeah, the Blue Lander. After you've bought the item from him, he'll say, good luck. And if you return to his room later, he'll say, any luck? I actually really like that. I thought that was a neat little touch. Now, here we go. So I can afford this one. There we are. Good luck. There's another sub-weapon. Of course, I just spent all my chips, so I'll have to pick up some before I can use that again. Oh, and there's another one, yes. It's a big circle of shops here. Yeah, I'll go back in once I get back up to 50 chips so I can buy that other weapon. I just want to play through one corridor. I'm not going to be at this all night. I did want to show off a hidden game mode of this game, which is actually the main reason why I'm going to go ahead and reset it. That and there are other titles I want to show too. But I did at least want to present a bit of feel. The red ones are fast. Nobody's dropping chips for me yet either. There we go. Of course it was health. Of course it was. Oh, here we have another mini boss. It's not random. It's particular rooms that they're in. Early on, they're not terribly difficult, but later on, they just get stupid hard. And the corridors are tough. I have been trying to finish this game essentially on a 1 credit clear, so to speak, beat it without dying, and around 2/3 of the way through the game, the difficulty is insane. It's doable, it's not unfair, but it's extremely unforgiving. It's a tough, tough game. Knowing where all of the game's items are, you're definitely very much rewarded for exploring, searching around, and getting everything that you can find. You pretty much need them. Blue Lander. Alright. So yeah, this weapon, sort of a lazy homing weapon of sorts. The shots circle around, and you can see my chips are ticking down as they sit roaming around. It's a timer-based thing. Okay, hopefully I can find my way back to the to where those landers are. Is this it here? Oh. Yep. Look. Any luck? Any luck? Yeah, I like that. So this one I believe is, yeah, it's Power Wave. Thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Okay, yeah, this weapon does a great job of burning through popcorn. Yeah, one shot will take out multiple weak enemies there. Or burn through a series of walls. Come on! Here we go. Another one! Am I reading that correctly? Hod Scream? Welcome. Much appreciated. HND Scream. Welcome. Okay, this is looking, there we go. Some more chips. Oh, yeah. You can see all these different icons in those gates. They all require different keys. It's the mechanism. So here's the north edge of things. Nope, there's another one. Yeah, the red ones you can't shoot through, as you might imagine. Ooh, 500. That's definitely beyond my pay grade right now. 300 is still too much. It's important to remember that these are here, though, so you can come back to them once you do get enough red landers. Pretty sure that this is the start room again. Yep. Might be that you need a certain chip count in order to get into a, Oops. Yeah, the different corridors, well, there's some optional ones, that'll just open up for you, but, all the main corridors have some secret means of opening them. There's always something in the game that will tell you how to do it. This one might just be... Yeah, that's what I thought. It just took a little more patience. You had to shoot the crap out of it. Once you get more chips and the shot accelerator, this might even be necessary. But yeah, so there's the transformation scene, and we are once again in scrolling shooter mode. And I am going to want to use this sub-weapon for these guys. I really like this enemy design. They're extremely thin, but when they turn sideways, you see how large they actually are. And it makes them interesting opponents because they're such tough targets to hit when they're moving up or down. So it's actually tricky, precise, in order to get them dealt with before they march across the screen to try to get you. Ah, those things are fast. You're usually better off dodging them than trying to shoot them out. Yeah, this game loves to have little things darting at you once you're aligned with them. This game was designed to be tough, but fair. It's very tricky, very unforgiving. It is extremely well balanced. That wide variety of weapons that you can get, choices you have of powering them up. Oh, this guy's a jerk. Ow. Those are homing shots it's shooting out, by the way. You can't just avoid them, you do need to shoot them out. Or they'll just follow you around. Bit of downtime there. There we go. Yeah, this is just the first corridor. They get much, much nastier. Oh darn. There's another one. Yeah, this is definitely a game that has been on my list of things I hope to eventually complete. I need to go back to it at some point. Yes, I no longer have 100 chips, so my gun has gotten weak again. Yeah, that maximum chip count, if I recall correctly, your score actually also affects your power level to some extent, but I forget precisely how. I think as it goes up, your chip maximum also increases. Almost like an experience total. So red landers aren't the only way you can do that. If I recall correctly, anyway. Yeah, eventually I think your chip maximum goes up to like 4,000. Here we have the boss. Alright, it's this one. The bosses are designed in such a way that when weapons hit them, impact the boss, there's that little explosion animation there. And it still counts as being one of your shots out on the screen. So it has the tendency of slowing your weaponry down. You can't just rapidly cheese a boss with your main weapon. Proper management, learning of the sub-weapons and how they function, as you can see this one actually wiggles left and right as I move. This is like weapon 7 in Xanac. Yeah, you're pretty much required to study the bosses, learn the patterns, and experiment with the sub-weapons to learn how best to deal with them. That is Corridor 1 defeated. And as you can see, it gave me the moon key. And I now have a second copy of no, actually this is a different weapon entirely. Yeah, this is an orbital. I can go through that door now. I'm in a whole other area, so you can see that when you get new keys, it immediately extends out the map to show you where you can possibly go. And yeah, there's a whole other big area that I can get to now. Yeah, this is one of those games that I have been wanted. This is a game I have the actual cart for. This is a game that I have had for a very long time. I think I had this as a kid. This is a game that I have the greatest respect for, and it pains me that I still haven't gotten around to mastering it yet. It's probably going to be one of those big projects that I'll end up working on in the very near future. Well, I've shown off enough of the main mode of this game that I wanted to show you all. I wanted to do one other thing in the Guardian Legend before I moved on to something else. Let's say you don't have the time for a full adventure experience, but you still want to get your shooty on. You've gotten too good at Zanak and Gunnak. You kind of really want to play the Guardian Legend? Well, they thought of that. This code right here, it's the initials to the game, TGL, very short password, type that in, and it puts the game into scrolling shooter only mode. You go through the game's corridors alone, nothing else. Starting with the initial onslaught, and based upon your score and your performance in the levels, you're simply gifted power-ups at the end of each level. So if you actually wanted to meaningfully play the Guardian Legend or score, you actually can. You put it into TGL mode. I suppose it has a similar vulnerability to Zanak or Gunnak in that you could theoretically leech bosses indefinitely. Some of them spit out shots that can actually be destroyed and you earn points for it. It's very difficult, not terribly rewarding. But, yeah, I'm sure it's the sort of thing that, you know, Twin Galaxies would probably have a, you know, one of those standard rules in place for. It's like, if you spend more than a certain amount of time facing a boss, then you're disqualified. That kind of deal. Yeah. Once again, watch my playback of Gunnak if you want to see the importance of having a timer for boss fights. It's weird too because Zanak does, and yet Gunnak and Guardian Legend don't. But all the same, this is a, I do want to at least finish the first level here so that you can see the, screen, see what comes up. There we go. Between levels. Take care, Zmick. Glad you could stop by. Yeah, shot accelerator, all range weapon. Yeah, those you get for free. That you needed at least 10,000 points for to grab. Up to 5 items you could get based on your performance in the level. And you can still pause to access your weaponry there. And this is Corridor 1. Yeah, so you can see how the game functions in this mode. So if for whatever reason only scrolling shooter appeals to you, you don't care for the adventure aspect, then you can actually get a complete robust experience of the game this way. And I want to say it has essentially 20 levels. So I want to say there are 10 main corridors and 9 or 10 side corridors that also get played in this mode. If I were to play this all the way through Area 1, the next area that it will put me into is actually Area 11, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I don't actually need to play that out. But, yeah, it's actually quite playable as just a scrolling shooter. It is... There are not a lot of games that truly, properly meld different playstyles, different genres. and actually feel cohesive, feel like they're done right. The Guardian Legend is done right. It is done extremely well. They did a fantastic, fantastic job with that game. Yeah, and I definitely wanted to play something a little more active, as it were, after Arkista's Ring, which is a little slow. But yeah, so there you have it. That is the Guardian Legend, which is, in my firm belief, literally the best NES game ever. Battletoads is a close second. Fantastic, fantastic game. Let's see. I'm probably only going to squeeze in one or two more excursions here. This game I only just recently learned. And this is actually going to be the first time that I've tried to use this emulator on stream. As I've come to learn, its menu is handled in a very, very, very awkward manner. But I'm going to try to get this to look decent, seamless for you all. Yeah. For some strange reason, it actually shows the stupid window bar there by default. It's obnoxious. Let me turn that crap off here. So this game is a very peculiar study in game balance. Gynax had a hand with this. '92. Go. I need to, You're gonna have to give me a little moment here, because this game is, it looks fine at your end, it doesn't look fine at mine. I need to fix it. I can figure out where to do that. Okay, here we go. Get rid of that menu bar for you. You'd think it would be as simple as like a single keyboard key, but no, for whatever reason they didn't use the standard Windows interface for the menu bar. They coded their own thing. It's drawn right there into the main window. It makes this emulator extremely obnoxious to use for streaming purposes, but there you go. None of the above. This is BizHawk, the official emulator of tool-assisted speedrunners. It is a multi-core emulator. It has like 20 different consoles it can handle, and it is very smooth and very accurate. Unfortunately, its interface is shit, because that's pretty much their last priority. So I actually haven't even watched the intro to this yet. I first actually fired up the game right before I started streaming, just to make sure it runs on the emulator and all that. But it is something I've looked up a bit of information on. So, this game takes the approach of flooding enemies onto the screen, but giving the player the means of dealing with them very quickly. This is a very, very strange sort of balance to it. So yes, you have an attack button which you can just hold in, and she will just automatically zot anything that comes her way. There's quite a bit of angle to it. You do have to physically turn her around to get enemies behind her. For the most part, yeah, she just blazes through things. Yeah, and she has that animal companion there with its own hit point bar, and I can actually cycle through several different options for those. I can't just hold in the fire button forever. The lower hit points in the upper left corner, that little electricity bar is her energy. You can see she just sort of zorts out there, runs out of energy. You just have to stop firing for a moment if you can find that moment in order to recover it. Let it sit without firing for a bit, it fills up completely, and then she drops a screen clearing blast. Goes all around. It is a quite playable game. The animation is really nice. I'll probably spend some more time with this, but it definitely takes some getting used to because things feel incredibly fast with the vast quantity of enemies that it sends out flying at you, and the need to properly balance your all too quickly exhaustible power in order to deal with all of them. It's a fascinating little game. So far, with what I've seen about it and my experiences, just about the only thing in this game that I can't say I care for is the box art. Or at least the US version of the box art, because they took more than a few liberties with the character design and whatnot. It looks like it's more like the box art for like Golden Axe 2.5 or something than this game. It's not phalanx, but it's still, yeah, an unfortunate choice. It's like, yes, there is a heroine on the cover, looks nothing like the character in the game. Doesn't even use the same weaponry. It's like, why did they bother? I guess they just thought this game was too anime at the time. You have done well to come so far. We are doing. She ain't listening. That wasn't me. That's part of the cutscene. Our leader has returned. Yes. That was awesome. Enough talk. More lightning. Yeah, I think I like this game. That's a good question. You might think it is. Very Mega Man-ish there. So yeah, this is actually a very playable game in a very unique manner. The way that the character auto-targets enemies, and instead it becomes a matter of weapon management, makes the game feel very, very different from, well, virtually every other game that it otherwise would look and act like. And on a side note, I have to say that at least as far as the game is running, it's beautiful right now. So yeah, this emulator is definitely doing the job. It runs NES games as well. It might even run them better, but I hate dealing with the menu. And yeah, there are definitely some potential compatibility issues. And I'm staring at a wall. There must have been another route I could take. Is there a... It always worries me in a video game when I need to go down off the bottom of the screen. Oh, come on! That wasn't even remotely fair. Ooh. Wow, these guys are jerks! Ugh. Damn it. They are on point. Oh, there we go. Alright. Yeah, I can go a little bit more on this, sure. Oh, okay. It's like that scene from the last episode of Black Panther 2. Stephen Fry's about to get pushed off the ledge. He's like, no, no, please stop! They shove him off, and it's only like a 2-foot drop. He's like, oh, huh. It's like, yeah, she actually can go in the water. Ooh, but not past those brambles, apparently. Can't seem to double jump. Huh. Alright. I may need to read the manual again, I guess. I don't know how to get up on that ledge. Oh, they got her. That's okay. Yeah, that's fun. That was essentially a blind playthrough for all intents and purposes there. Yeah, I will definitely have to give that some further experience. Oh, look at that! A ranking screen. Oh, okay. As if I weren't already sold on the game, I definitely am now. Something about being called a frog master just makes me want to do better. While holding up, maybe? That could work. That might be the case. Yeah, it's I only skimmed through the manual for this game. I wasn't able to find a good PDF of it, but there was a website that had like individual panels readable there on the site. They were actual scans of the manual. It seems like the usual places to go to get manuals for retro games, they only had the Japanese manual for this game for some reason. Finding the US one anywhere was a lot more difficult than it really should have been. But I was able to find something, and there's a nice article on this game on Hardcore Gaming 101, excellent website, some great articles. If you don't mind the incredible variability in their copy editing, some of the articles really need a good proofreading. Otherwise, the content on that website, the number of games that they go over, the detail they go into is just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and that is how I learned of this game, and I am... I believe the expression is suitably impressed. That is definitely one that I will be returning to. It's Alicia Dragoon for Genesis by Game Arts. With yes, the same Gynax responsible for Neon Genesis Evangelion had a hand in the animation aspect of this game. And apparently, oh, okay, the start button did close that eventually. I probably should not have played Arkeis's Rig as long as I did, because I'm beginning to wish that I had saved myself a little more time for a couple of other titles. What I will play next, hopefully, I might be able to do this without bringing the menu back up again. So here's a game from a time era that I, some way, somehow, basically just completely and utterly skipped. I'm sorry, Captain Howdy. I apologize. I use AdBlock Plus myself. I do recommend. Yeah. When it reaches the point that advertisement makes the web impossible to use, when it actually gets in the way of what it is that you're trying to do, the content you're trying to see, yeah. I've got no shame or sympathy whatsoever. It's like, it, I will support Twitch in other ways. It's like I will subscribe for Turbo. I will. I'm waiting for a specific moment before I do that, but I probably will. Yeah, it's like I'm willing to pay for certain things. I'm fine with that, but ads are just obnoxious when they crash. You know, when they cause the browser to crash or otherwise get in the way of things. Yeah, I have to recommend these things. So, Way Forward Technologies is a game company that I keep seeing pop up more and more lately, and everything that they generate seems to be absolutely fantastic, but most of it is licensed titles. This is one of their few sort of native IPs. This game I know was the subject of a remake recently, or no, not a remake, but I think a proper sequel. Might have been a Kickstarter project, I think, that generated it. But this is the original, a late title for the Game Boy Color. It was after the Game Boy Advance came out, and this game knows which of the two it's being played on and will be enhanced for a Game Boy Advance. And in theory, this emulator is playing it on a Game Boy Advance internally. Shantae. Technically, Game Boy is 2 words, right? But Way Forward is 1, that caps thing going. Did they seriously not put a copyright date on the title screen? They are far too trusting. I apologize if things get stuttery for a moment, but I am determined to be educational, not to mention that I want to know these things for my own satisfaction. No, I do not want to see the Kickstarter page. Thank you. Nice try. Okay. 2002. There we go. Yeah, definitely a late Game Boy Color option there. But it is, yeah, I mean, the Game Boy Advance was already out, but there it is. This is an action platformer. I'll have to look up how to... Oh, that was quick and easy. Yeah, I looked at this like right before I started streaming here. Apparently, she is a half genie, or at least somewhat descended from genies. What? Not another pirate attack. I'd better warn Scuttletown. Oops. So apparently, yeah, she whips enemies with her hair, and She dances. Which makes you wonder how on earth I, of all people, missed this game back in the day. Because it sounds like it was pretty much made for me, right? Ooh, ouch. Or, wait for it. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately you have to attack first and then hold in the button in order to run. Not quite as convenient as Mario Brothers, for example. Yeah, so now they're starting to destroy the bridge. Oof. Okay. Obnoxious early stage there. She's not moving yet. Must be a cutscene. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh. Evil pirate lady. So you're behind this attack. Risky boots. The lady pirate. In the flesh. Sorry about your shack, darling. I thought you were a guardian genie, not some scrawny kid. I've never read this before, by the way. Well, no matter. Got a whole booty. That was a stealth pun. Ooh, she's up to no good. That's for sure. Well, if I'm gonna earn my keep as Cuddletown's genie, I'd better stop her. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I had an original Game Boy. Not a lot of games for it, as I talked about before. You know, Tetris is sort of all you needed back then. And I have a Game Boy Advance and a lot of games for it. I am extremely happy with that. But I never had a Game Boy Color. And I didn't exactly have a Game Boy Advance right away, either. Ow. I seem to be running into everything here. Ooh. I couldn't resist the thought of that. But yeah, this was, yeah, not a single Game Boy Color game I ever had back in the day. I ultimately did end up getting a couple GBC carts. The sequel to Bionic Commando, Elite Forces there, that was one I had to grab when I saw that. Ooh, ouch. Music is pretty good. Everything I have seen from Way Forward has been an absolutely fantastic title. This is more of an exploratory for me, as it is anybody else right now, because I really wanted to see some of their early stuff, especially, you know, this being their, you know, their own IP, their pride and joy, so to speak. I mean, Shantae has been their, oh dear. Something nasty's about to happen. Oh, town's on fire. Yeah, this is, yeah. Shantae has been their mascot, so to speak. Let me guess, I have to land on the street part up there. Okay. Oh, what the hey? Really? This game is mean. You're a meanie, Voldy. Way Forward Technologies is actually named after its founder, Voldy Way. In case you were wondering there. Yeah, when you're born with a name like that, right, it's... Okay, there we go. She was, there wasn't a risk of her falling there, she was actually hitting the wall on the side. Ah, nasty ambushes here. Yeah, my understanding is that the game will eventually have various power-ups enabled, and even some transfer. Oh, I love the color. The palette changes done so well. It really does feel like the time of day changing. You did a very good job with that. Man, these are like rolling thunder enemy spawns here. You gotta know where you can and can't run. Oh no. Mega Man blocks? Seriously? Oh. At least there are plenty of middle platforms to stand on. Okay. But who builds places with those? Okay, I can apparently still run those. Yeah, my understanding is that there are other weapons to be gained. There's actually a sub-screen here. The very nice image of Shantae there. They did a very good job with their character design. So yeah, I have no inventory at the moment. Apparently the... Oh, this is a cutscene, isn't it? Yep. Ah. Yeah, this guy was in the manual. Apparently he's a he's a good guy. Mimic! Yeah, that apparently is his name. Oddly enough. Hey old man, are you okay? Look what those Tinker Bats! Look what those Tinker Bats did to my workshop! I've gotta stop them before they escape with my steam engine. Steam engine? What's a steam engine? I'll explain later. There's no time to explain! Right now, we have to get it back. You stay put. I'll handle this. Yes, apparently the dancing is not for show, as you learn transformation magic later on and you perform it by doing a dance. Requires pressing the right button sequence to the rhythm. I have no idea when the first one is coming. It may or may not happen here. Aha, there we go. Yeah, you just have to stand on them for a bit. Okay. Nice. Now I have to go on the roof, apparently. Pretty solid platformer here so far. Ow. Yeah, some of the more recent things that WayForward has done, two games that I'm both very fond of on Xbox Live Arcade. DuckTales Remastered. The first DuckTales game for the NES, redone in a modern style. Complete with gathering pretty much the entire voice cast of the original cartoon to do lines for it. They did an amazing, amazing job with that game. And, Double Dragon Neon, which is a lot more fun and a lot more entertaining than it probably has any right to be, but it is just so good. That's far enough, Risky. Where's the steam engine? None of your business. More importantly, you people have been using my C without paying my fee. These are my waters! Quick, anybody know what I just referenced? Anybody? Anybody? Give you a hint, Xbox Live Arcade was released for free at one time. They're in a lot of hot water. That's ridiculous. The ocean is free for everyone to enjoy. Just who do you think you are? Who am I? I am the messenger of beauty and justice, Diana 17! couldn't resist. Who am I? I'm Risky Boot! I'm the Shogun of Harlem! I'm Risky Boots, Queen of the Seven Seas, and anyone who opposes me will be crushed flat! Men! Spank this one extra hard for Mommy! What have I gotten myself into? Ah, yes. Yes, the DuckTales game is indeed kind of loud. My issue with the DuckTales game is that it has no overscan correction. A CRT HD TV. Also known as a proper television, thank you very, very much. No lag in the image. You'd think people would design games properly. There's a reason why they have this term, action safe area. Game companies that don't honor that, I want to strangle them! It's like, you make such beautiful games. It would take you 5 minutes to put in a scaling option. Stupid, lazy bastards. But I digress. The answer to my question from earlier, Undertow. Undertow, that one of the enemies is one of the bosses sort of has that catchphrase. These are my waters! Oh, that one was a weak start. Well, oh, okay, we're getting all. Oh, I probably need to hit that when it opens. Oh. This is like Donkey Kong Springs here. Oh, are you kidding me? I will move on to something else after this. There's one more thing I want to play before I call the stream, but I want to see if I can beat this damn thing right now. Okay, we gained ground. I've gotta gain some ground, you've gotta gain some ground, we've gotta gain some ground. There we go. And Skippy left, such a shame. He's a big fan of gain ground. Aha! Aha! This seems to be working! Yes. One more? Got it. I went easy on you this time. Next time I'll be steam-powered and unstoppable! Ho ho ho. Yeah, obvious response is obvious. Yeah, I would be more than a little hypocritical if I said it after rebuking Skippy earlier. Here. Good job, Shantae. You certainly made short work of those bandits. Nice one, Jezendar. Good save. Good save. Thank you. The clean way out. I appreciate that. Hiring a town genie was a dandy idea indeed. Maybe it's time I told him I'm only a half genie. Then Scuttletown could get a real guardian genie to protect them. How did I let things get so screwed up? Is there now time to explain? Shantae, what happened? Where's my steam engine? I'm sorry, Mimic. Risky got away with the steam engine, and now she's going to use it to destroy Scuttletown. Ugh! If only I were a real genie. I'd show that Risky a thing or two. I'm afraid it will take more than genie magic this time. Let me explain from the beginning. Ooh. It all started on my last dig when I unearthed an ancient vault. Hidden inside was a diagram of a strange contraption. Here's how the thing works. A steel chamber full of water is heated, like so. Water becomes steam, blasting out the tub with enough pressure to turn a wheel indefinitely. Steam-powered muscle like that could change the world. I used the plans to build a steam engine of my own. I was almost done when that vixen swiped it. She seemed to be headed towards Watertown. Maybe there's still a chance to get the engine back. That a girl! Just be sure you visit the save room before you leave town. Good luck, Shantae! This scene. Oh, I don't go that way. Stock. Oh! Look at this! This town interface. I have to visit a dance parlor. Let's see. Animation as she enters the room then. Oh my word. Huh. Sorry kiddo, show's over till tonight. Come back later. Alright, well I think I've shown off enough of this for now. And it's the save room. Press the start button to keep track of all your stuff on the sub-screen. Had you heard that already? Oh, I guess I talked to that person. Here we go. Hello, Shantae. Would you like me to save a record of your travels? Any previous information will be forgotten, okay? Sure, your game has been saved. I may or may not resume the game from that save, I don't know. But, yes, so that is WayForward's original IP, Shantae, and that's her original outing. How it begins, anyway. Yeah, that actually looks like a lot of fun. Makes me wish that I had actually gotten into the whole thing on the ground floor, but yeah, that whole Game Boy Color era is just something I entirely missed. I just never played any of them back then. I may actually try to dig up the actual cart for this game at some point. Might be good stuff. So I wanted to squeeze in one more title. I've actually been keeping track of how many I've been doing. This was the 19th, so one more will make 20. As much as I would like to show off a few more that are on here, it has gotten a little late. And I do want to, I feel almost compelled to play this one in particular, and I'm not even really sure why. Probably because, just the app that I'm going to use for this might make somebody, just the very fact that this is a DOS game might make somebody guess what it is that I'm about to play. And if not that, then the company almost certainly will give it away. Oops. Yep, good old Jill of the Jungle. Apogee had Commander Keen and Duke Nukem. Epic Mega Games had to do something. So, they took their own approach. For this one, I need another moment to open up an instance of Joy2Key, so I can actually use my modern gamepad. Yes, the way that she faces the camera at times, jumping straight up, looking up and down, yeah, not a lot of games will let the character animations do that, but this one does. It's got vines, no, it's got digging for point items. This is only the shareware version of it that I have here, incidentally. That's not good. Why is this not... There we go. Yeah, Volume 1 of a 3-part mega-series. You are Jill of the Jungle, the brave and beautiful star of this game. Your journey will lead you through startling action and puzzle sequences as you zoom through 16 gigantic levels. So fasten your seatbelt and prepare for the journey of your lifetime. After all, who says a lady can't slay a few monsters? Hint, there are a lot of surprises hidden in this game, including a secret bonus level. Yeah, that's the, story. The story. Not much of a tale there. Just sort of begins right away. Got jump and attack. That's about it. Enter the levels just by passing over the... yeah, that first section that you're in there is essentially sort of like a map screen. Passing over that number is how you get into the first level. That dagger is how you attack enemies, and you only have the one. It's sort of a magic dagger. It flies out. It has the tendency to boomerang back to you. But if it hits a wall or an enemy, it might end up just sitting there on the floor after, and you'll have to, Did she auto jump? No. But you can buffer them. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you'll have to go and pick that back up again. Scoring in this game is really weird, as you can see. There's a point item. It gives you increasing points as you sit on top of it. I forget if I'm supposed to do anything with that Jill you see there in the background. It has been a long time since I've played this. He's not in my room right now, unfortunately, but I was hoping King Cool would stop by because I know he's a big fan of Jill of the Jungle. He's played through the entire series. Whoops! There we go. Let's land in just the right spot. Yeah. Good old classic DOS-based fighting. The music is actually pretty good for a PC game of its age. Haha, neat little trick you can do there. The voice effects, of course, aren't terribly good, but not totally horrible. And it's got your usual tropes of your tile-based action platformer. Jill enters the jungle map. Yes. Well, now I can walk straight through there. Here's the next level right next to it. Yeah. Arrow telling me which way I can go, but obviously this vine is calling to me. Oh. You do have to re-grab your weapon each level. They don't carry through from one to the next. Oof. Yeah, the dagger does not help you deal with the bees. Just have to outpace them. You can shoot out their hive, though. There we go. Now I have two. Use the return trip. You can't shoot low. You can't duck and fire low on the ground, unfortunately. Looks like there should be... yeah, I can see the top of a vine there. It's probably some way... It's been a very long time since I've done these. Yeah, there's gotta be a way of getting up on top of these trees. Might actually be... Is it possible to do like a hook jump off of the... Apparently not. Oh, actually you can. But maybe not if she's right up against the... it doesn't seem to be working now. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm not going to spend what little time I have remaining tonight doing that over and over. Yeah, this is one of those games that, and Commander Keen for that matter, I've been meaning to actually play through some of these older DOS action games. Actually sort of properly learn them. I did not have a computer growing up, as I've mentioned this before. A lot of these games are, ooh, there we're talking. Of course they give that to you right at the end of the level. Yeah, she jumps higher now. So I could just end the level, but yeah. Take the exploration approach and use what they just gave. Can she fire from a vine? Yes, she can. Oh, but only if I hold left or right, which makes her jump off the vine, so actually no. Looks like it's just some extra apples up here. Anything? No. She can jump from the top of the vine. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, how do you like them apples? And they actually did a very good job of animating her for such a, you know, small character in a low-tech game like this. Although at the time it was probably very impressive. I mean, color depth-wise, there's no doubt this is, you know, prettier than the early Commander Keens anyway. The later ones are certainly, I do like that sound effect. They did a, yeah. Epic! They certainly tried, and they sometimes succeeded. They made some interesting things. Actually, a point item out here. Jill enters the house. Ooh. Aha. Ooh! That was brutal. Yeah, the way that she climbs those chains, vines, etc. reminds me of Rostan, actually. Yeah, it's the one unfortunate thing is, yeah, hitting enemies low to the ground. They made that obnoxious. It's not that unusual for a game of this age to have a mechanic like that, but yeah, it makes it no less irritating to me. Aha! Oh, sort of a level within a level there. A Pac-Man ghost. Copyright violation much? Well, let's face it, generic being with eyes and sheet isn't exactly a, I think we can... Oh, cute little elevator puzzle there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can count that as Sin's Affair, right? Unfortunately, her dagger getting stuck in the wall like that is more than a little obnoxious. You have a key. It's this way we need to go, right? Yeah. At least there's another one. Ooh! Ah. Ouch, ouch, ouch! So I'm gonna have to find another key around here. Yeah! This game is mean. Being apparently immune to the... Oh, wait a minute, it's shrinking every time I hit it! Ha! There we go! Man, have I really forgotten that much of this game? I guess I have. I know I played through the first episode before, at some point, but... Still enters the jungle map. To find 2 gems to enter the dungeon, and I've only got 1. Is there another one back here? Ooh. Pretty sure that's a spike ball that I'm not supposed to touch. Might really be evasive here until I get a weapon. Static waterfall. Okay. Oh, oops. Oh, there's something I want. Hidden down below here. Jump height booster. Yeah, I definitely wanted to get some Jill of the Jungle going. Shame that King Cool couldn't be here, but all the same, this was one that I wanted to squeeze in. I wanted to have at least one DOS-based option, and there are a few, as it happens, but this is the only one that I've have at the ready. Ooh! Oh! Ouch! Okay, so apparently that was a weapon, not a well, darn. That thing is looking at me. Go up, it says. Oops. So this weapon apparently works a little differently than the others. I seem to have unlimited ammo. I just have to fire it so often. Ouch! Yeah, the way that this shoots down and bounces makes it very convenient. Ooh, that floor totally collapsed under her. Aha! That's what we came here for. I have the feeling I just missed more than a few epic things, but all the same. Wait a minute, did that actually... it's just random red blocks, it seems. Bonus, you say? Will sneaks into Arg's dungeon. Arg's dungeon. I'm reminded of Maniac Mansion and Secret Lab written across the the wall beside the door. So apparently this is the make your own path through the platforms level. See, lots of elevators that I probably can't use until I destroy all the blocks above them. Yep. A little inconsistent. Can't seem to find a way of getting that block. There probably was one. That might have actually ruined it now. Ah, there we go. Oh, glad to be out of there. I don't know if I like or dislike the fact that her weapons seem to have a mind of their own. It's a little weird. Wow, right back to where I started. But with a key this time. Alright. Bonus. Sounds good to me. Not much of a bonus. Must be a trick to that. Jill enters the Phoenix Maze. And that switch over this wall. Aha! Ah, that's right. She has transformed. I totally skipped right past that hint. Wasn't expecting one to pop up. Oh! Oops. Yes, the jump button as you flap. Also, shooting will give you a vertical boost as well. Oh, okay, so I can't touch the water at all as a Firebird. Makes sense. Ah, yes, I see the controls have actually changed in the upper left. It says flap and fire now. Okay, I see where this is going. Alright, she can shoot out the ghosts. I see why the Phoenix Maze indeed. Alright, so they're testing my balance in a sense. Okay. Whoa, 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 easy. Okay. Well, that serves no purpose other than pissing off speedrunners. So I have 4 keys, and something tells me that's all of them. Oh, no, bloody hell! Ah! It all makes sense now. Did I just grab another diamond? Huh. So I'm guessing that there's going to be some means of becoming a Firebird while I am out here in the world. Ah, they thought of that. Damn, they closed the door behind her. That is not opening. Jill ventures into the Knights puzzle. Yes, you told me that already. Thank you, though. Oh! Okay, so apparently those are a little nasty. Okay. So what I need to do is grab that key, then go this way. Oh. Can't see who that's affecting. It did affect that guy, okay. That'll let me come through. Did that get you? Yes, it did. Okay. I'm guessing this is going to be one of those situations where basically every switch is to be hit once. Oh, not here though. Alright, take care, Jesindar. Yeah, I won't be at this for much longer myself. So this is a little obnoxious. There's probably something somewhere to tell me how I'm supposed to do this. But there are only 64 combinations, so what the hell? It's probably going to end up being 3 switches. Yep. Let me actually just try the every other switch. I seem to have added a pillar somehow. It's not as simple as hitting all of them, is it? No, it isn't. Yeah, this is more than a little obnoxious. I should probably just stop here, but given how far in I've gotten, I feel compelled to, Of course, I'm assuming it's as simple as just toggling, and that there's no other, switch that affects this as well. I hate it when they forget to make things fun. This is not fun. Hold on a sec. Is there a, Yeah, I'm not getting immediate feedback on these either. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not gonna torment myself with this any further, but I will save this game. I may come back to this later. This game, if it's too difficult for you, has a really nice extra feature built in. You see the T for turtle on the side there. The game runs at half speed now, but the audio isn't cut in half. That would be really irritating. They did a very good job of properly giving you that choice. But yeah, I will simply quit for now. Oh, nice score table. Curious. Alright. Noise maker. Enjoy this, you won't want to miss Drum Blaster, our room-shaking sound effect maker. Press the QWERTY keys to make terrible noises. T doesn't seem to do anything. Seems to be pretty random what key gives you what. There it is! 6. Digit 6. Alright. In my time zone, it is 1:15 a.m. I think it's about time. I called it. So, that has been a series. Maybe about 40% of the list that I have here. These are all games. Some arcade, some home console, one PC title. Featuring female protagonists. Some for the better, some for the worse, but they are what they are. And that is my Throwback Thursday for the week. I haven't decided on a theme yet for next week. I suppose I'm open to suggestions. Do you have an idea that you'd like to run by me for a possible theme on a later Throwback Thursday? Send me a tweet. It's probably the best way to do it. My Twitter is @thezotmeister. The is important. You can also see a link panels right below the video on my channel. And I will take a look at those, take a look at some of the ideas that I've had, and I will throw something together. Pretty much anything that you could think of. It could be a genre, it could be a company, it could be just some random thread they have in common, like what I did here. I mean, my first theme was pew pew pew, so yeah, there you go. Whatever theme you think might be a good idea, and feel free to give me a few suggestions of games that might fit it. I'm in the process of getting my library re-expanded. Arcade and NES I have pretty much locked down. I'm actually trying to work on getting some Commodore 64 stuff up and running, but that's not ready to go yet. Certain things like various other home consoles are starting to come into play. But yeah, my libraries at the moment are pretty small. But yeah, definitely anything arcade or NES, I should have that quite doable. And on that note, I shall sign off. Take care, enjoy yourselves. I will be here. This is cutting in and out. That's not good. I am indeed still here, but not for much longer. I will be streaming again around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday. It's Friday today here. May or may not be where you are. And I will be playing whatever. Friday is free for all. I will take requests. You want to see something, stop on by, ask me to play it, and I should be able to fire that up. And I won't promise I'll play it for long, but I'm certainly willing to give it a try, unless Twitch might have an issue with it, or I already know it's a terrible game and I want nothing to do with it. But yes, I will play random arcade stuff, NES, whatever else I might have kicking around, take requests, and it'll just be a fun, laid-back time. Until then, never forget to play. Never forget to play. Take care.